Hello everyone, this is Gowthami. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Thank you for encouraging me to upload a new videos. In this series, we are going to learn a new concept. Let's begin. Today's concept is Matplotlib Library. So in the Matplotlib Library இதுக்காக யூஸ் பண்றோம்னா visualization purpose யூஸ் பண்றோம். இதுல mat is nothing but math. Plot is nothing but the graph or chart. Lib is nothing but the library. So in this library we have two modules இருக்குமா. In the two modules நம்ம ஏதாவது யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம். Like pyplot இருக்கு, அடுத்தது வந்துட்டு pylab. Mostly we will be using this module only. Okay, for visualizing purpose we will make use of this modules. Number in the Matplotlib what kind of graphs we can see here is we can able to draw line chart, then later histogram. Different types of graphs can be drawn with the help of this Matplotlib based on our requirement. Okay, wow. Scatter plot, pie plot, like this. There are different types. I'll be explaining each and everything. So whenever you are drawing, whenever you are plotting the graphs, okay, so we need some details like so you will see something like scatter plot. So on what axis you are going to provide, like by just providing something like axis, x-axis and y-axis. And if you are taking two categories, and those two categories should be like different means to differentiate those categories we need in different colors, right? So that and all you have to make styling while plotting those graphs, and the details of those graphs should be written in that figure. So whenever you are plotting that graphs, that place I can call it like a figure. Okay, so you should provide the details of that graph. So whenever you are providing the details of the graph, that I'll call it like a legend. Okay, so and you want to provide the details of x-axis and y-axis, then we'll call it like a labels. So this and all we need to provide it to make our graph more understanding way to everyone. Okay, so this is what the brief description. Let's try to plot a simple graph. Okay, so you can first what we will do, let's take a simple data from our side itself. Later on what I'll do, I'll take one data set and I'm going to perform some visualization using this library. Okay, first what I need to do here is I want to plot a simple line chart. So line chart is nothing but like what? So just providing like a line like this based on the values, it is going to make a line. Okay, so for suppose if you want to draw a plot, okay, if you want to draw a chart on the figure, you have to use a function called plot function. Inside this plot function only you should provide the parameters. Okay, so if you are taking a two-dimensional, must and should have a x-axis and y-axis. If you are providing three-dimensional, you should provide a three directions, x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Everything is provided inside this figure itself. Okay, so the first thing before drawing all these things, we need to import this library. How to import? Import Matplotlib. So in this Matplotlib library, we are having two modules, I said, right? So we will be using mostly this one only, dot pyplot. This is a module, and you have to give one short name for this complete thing. If you are not giving short name, every time you should provide a prefix to all the functions that are coming from this library. So that's why what I will do, I'm just going to provide a PLT. This is your wish. Whatever you want to provide a shorter name for this, you can give. This is my shorter name. I will make use of this. So this plot function is used to plot the chart on the figure. So whenever you are using this function, this is coming from this library. So you should use this shorter name before this. And you have to pass the parameters. Okay, so for example, I'm going to create two variables, x and y, where x is having some values like 10, 20 and 30, where z is also having 10, 20 and 30. So how this graph is going to be plotted? Usually what we will do, we will make a x-axis and a y-axis like this, and it is going to be divided into each one is divided into 10 units. Correct. So here also it is going to divide into 10 units. So how it is going to be plotted? So 10, 10. So it is going to here, and 20, 20 plot, 30, 30 plot, 40, 40 plot. Now we are making a line chart. So it is going to combine all these dots like this. This is what the line chart. So you have, whenever we are doing, we will be performing like this. You will pass this x comma y parameters as parameters. So directly it will give this figure for us output. Getting my point, what I'm saying? Now, here I have given this x-axis and y-axis manually. You want to show this x-axis, x labels and y labels when you are plotting the graph. That time you have to use a one function called label function, so that on x-axis you will get the label, something, whatever you will write inside this, right, that will be shown here on x-axis. If you want to provide label on the y-axis, you have to use a y label, and you have to write the words. It means what you want to specify for this y-axis, you have to write it as a string here. Okay, all these functions are coming from matplotlib.pyplot only. Matplotlib.pyplot only. You should prefix this alias name. And you want to what is this figure representing? Means you want to provide a title for this. Then you have to use a function called a title function, and you specify the name for this complete figure using this title, so that it is going to give the heading for this complete figure. Inside this, you'll get it. Okay, graph is done. You have to show it on the, once you have given, usually it will give, but it is going to give some sentences. To avoid all those sentences, we simply provide a show function, so that you will not see any kind of sentences. Directly you can see the figure based on the given values. Okay, so let's try to draw this picture. Okay, yes, see. So I already created a file here. So now what I'm going to do, first step, you need to import this Matplotlib library. Import matplotlib.pyplot. This is a module, and you have to give the alias name. Whatever you want, you can give it. So just hit the run button. So now you import it. Now what I need to do, I'm going to pass I'm going to create two variables. X is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40. Same way, one more variable. I just want to draw a two-dimensional graph. So that's why I'm just using X and Y axis. So once these values are done, what you need to do, you just plot the graph with the help of these variables. So plot function is coming from which library, which one? Matplotlib library. So what is the alias name you have given? That should be provided. And you pass those variables as parameters. Now just run and see. You are getting what you are getting. See here, you are getting the graph. Okay, along with kind of address also. To avoid that, what we will use here is we will make use of a show function, so that you will not see any kind of things here. Okay, so to avoid that kind of object things, you can make use of this. If you are not using also, no problem. To avoid that, only you want graph, then you give this one. And this is completely figure. So the graph is placed inside the figure. Okay, you want to provide X labels and Y labels also. Then we have one functions. What are those functions? We have functions. What are those functions, ma'am? PLT, X label function. You just to provide the label. I'm just going to write it as X axis. So this name I want to write here. And if you want to write a label on Y axis, you have to use what function? Y label. So what you will give? So you just write the string Y axis. Now just run and check. So you will see Y axis and X axis. Now I want to tell about this graph. So you want to give some title, right? So PLT dot title function. So what you want to give? Simply I want to give heading as this is a line chart, right? So I'm just giving it as a line chart. Now you can see it is going to give the heading as a line chart. This is a very simple line chart. Let us elaborate more on this. Okay, so if I'm giving two values, so you are getting a line in this way. For suppose if I have given some changes, what I'll do, I'll just copy this snippet and I'll paste it here. Now what I'll do, instead of giving the similar values, what I'll do, square it of 10 square, 20 square, 30 square, 40 square, like that. So now here I'm using the concept list comprehension. How can I make it? So I want to iterate each and every value and store it in one variable. That means in this variable. I'm iterating this X variable. While iterating, each and every value will come and store. And with the help of this variable, I want to do the powers for all the values. And I will store it in the Y. I star star 2. So what is the meaning here? So the Y values will be the squares of the X axis. Okay, so here I had used the concept called list comprehension. So now try to plot the graph. You will see different type of graph. See here how you are getting some kind of cuts here. This is one type of graph. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm running a direct values. So I'm going to generate some values. So நம்ம NumPy library பத்தி பேசிருக்கோம். இப்போ நம்ம என்ன பண்ணோம், NumPy library, Matplotlib library combine பண்ணிட்டு ஒரு graph plot பண்ணலாம். So let's see here. I'm just taking variable a is equal to, if you are making use of the NumPy library here, you should import that NumPy library. Import NumPy as NP. So now I am generating the values, okay, from the NumPy library. Here I'm using np dot linspace. What is the purpose of using this linspace? To give the range 1, 10. So in this 0, 10. So 0, 10, I'm going to give how much value, how many values you want between this range. So linspace, what it will do means, what is the range you have given? 0 to 10. In this 0 to 10, it will generate 100 values. Okay. Yes. In A, I'm going to make use of this. And in the B, I will apply sign function. What and all the values coming from this A variable, I'm applying sign function. Let's print what are the values present in that A and print of B. And check this one. Why you are getting error? Because this sign function is coming from the NumPy library. So you should prefix that one also. So these are the values. So these are the X values. These are the A values. And these are the B values, means sign function values. Now what I need to do? I want to plot the graph on these values. Same thing. What I will do? So I want to show some kind of a wave chart. So plt dot, what you have to use? Plot function A comma B. And to avoid that object, plot show function. Now just run and check it. So you are going to get the graph in this way. This is a sine wave. If you want to plot the cos wave, how can we plot the cos wave? Simply in place of sine, you just to provide the cos. So it will be just reverse cos. So just to run in and check it. So it will be like reverse. That time you're having like this. Now it is coming in this way. So to generate the wave plot, you can make use of this sine function and cos function. That is a sine wave. This is a cos wave. Okay, ma. See, if you want to write the labels on x-axis, y-axis, and title, you have to make use of this x label, y label, and title function only for all the graphs. This is similar only. Okay, if I'm not telling also, you need to understand that you have to make use of these functions only for providing the labels on the graphs and all. Okay, and second thing, what I want to do here. So when I'm plotting the graph, I'm not able to see the dot symbol. See, when I draw here, I have provided the dots. Okay, related to x-axis and y-axis. But when I'm plotting it, I'm not able to see the plots. You want to see the plots, then what you have to do here is, in the plot function, there is a one attribute called marker is equal to what kind of symbol you want for plotting it. You want a disc shape, you want a star shape, you want a plus shape, or you want a vertical line, or you want a horizontal, what kind of want. So that you can specify it here. First, I'll give the star. So let's try to run it. So you can see the star symbols are seen. Or star symbols are seen. You can check it. So 10, I have given the value as 100. 10 square is 100. Then 20 square is something like what? 400 only. Next, 30 square is 900. So you can see 900. Like that. So if you want to keep these dots also, you have to use a marker is star. If you want a plus symbol, you simply use a plus. Then you will have a plus symbols on it. You will have plus symbols on it. If you want circles, like you give O, you can see you will get the dots. If you want square shapes, then make use of S. Then you will get a square shapes. See here. And this is this color is similar to this line. You want to give different color while plotting that dot symbols, then you have to use a property called MEC. Means you have two things. MEC means marker edge. Edges means boundary, means this edges. Bound means like outline. Face means inside one. You can give two kinds of things. So two properties for giving the color. So what I am going to do, see here, two attributes. One is MEC, that is marker edge color. Marker edge color. What color you want for edge color? I want like a green color. Let's give G. And what is the face color? Face color means inside. So what is the marker face color you want? I want red color. Now just to see, you can see that kind of thing. See, border is green color and inside face color is what color? Red color. See, by just giving these attributes, you can make it very much a nice plots here. See, and also usually line chart means usually you're getting this only this solid line. You want to give different lines like dotted lines or dashed lines or dash dot lines. You want that kind of things means you have to provide one attribute, that is this is a default. Solid line is default for plotting the line graph. So then what I will use, line style. LS is nothing but line style. Now I'm going to give something like dashed. What I'm going to give, dashed. So now just run and check it. So instead of getting the this one, you will get the dashed lines. So if you want dotted, you simply write dotted, so that the line will be like this, dotted. If you want dashed dot, dot means dash dot, both combination, dash dot. If you see, you will get the dash and dot, dash dot, like that. Okay. If you don't want line, only the plots you want, simply write none. Then you will not see anything. Only dots will be seen. By default, it will give the blue color only. You want a color for this also. This line also you want to give color. Then use a property C is equal to, let's take B. B is nothing but a blue. Okay. Remember, every property should separate it with commas. Okay. So C is nothing but color. B is nothing but the value for that color. B is nothing but blue. So now check it. The line is going to be in the blue color. If you want red color, you just give the R so that it's going to be in the red color, like this. You can change the colors also. Okay. And the default size is thin only. You want to increase the width of that line. So then there is a property called LW, line width. LW is nothing but what? Line width. You can give, I'm going to give 4 so that you can see the increase in the line. See how the width of the line is increased. Okay. So these are all the few properties. Okay. So till here understood. Now in one figure, I have plotted only one line. If I want to provide a multiple lines, then how can you make use of it? Very simple. So here x-axis, okay, x, y. So with the help of this x, I have plotted one line. With the help of this x, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a one more variable. This I'll take it as y1 and this one I'll take it as y2. Okay, so this I'm making it as a cubes. Okay, and whatever the values present in the x variable, I'm just cubing those values and storing in the y2. So in the one figure, I want to plot two lines. Then x1 comma x comma y1, and you just simply copy this and paste it one more time, and you just give the variable y2, and you provide some other properties. Now I will remove all these things. So now just run and check it. You will see one kind of graph. See here. So this is one kind of thing, and this is a one kind of thing. If you are not providing any style, then you can see this way. This two lines you can see like this. Did I give any color for that? No. So one line is default blue and second line default will be orange, like that only. So if you want to do stylings, then you can make use of the stylings also. So instead of providing like this, you can make use of like this, or in within a one plot. Okay, plot dot, okay, plt dot plot of x comma y1. So this is a one line, and second line is x comma y2. So if you write like this also, you will get the similar way only. Either you can write individually, or if you are providing like this also, plot will make use of a two-dimensional only. Till here understood? We have done stylings on the line and how to give the color and how to give the marking on it. That and all we have done. Now what I'm going to do here is I just want to provide some stylings on these labels also. By default, it is going to look in this way only, like a black color only. I want to apply some stylings on those things. Then you have to use a font property. When you are defining the font property, it should be like a dictionary format, like a key value pair. So now what I'm going to do here is you just to provide one variable for storing the font stylings and all. So f1 is equal to what and all you can provide for font properties means I can provide size for the fonts, and also I can give the color for the font. I can give the style for the font, means whether it is Arial or Calibri, Algerian, that kind of styles and all, I can provide it. So when you are providing that, you should be like what key value pair means. Color means color colon, that value you should give. The size means size colon that you have to give, like that only. So F1 is equal to, now I want to provide a family. Family is nothing but whether it may be Arial or what, that kind of things, Arial. And second property that I'm using here is a size. So if you want to increase or decrease, that value you should give it. And one more thing is a color. One more key value is color. Now I'm going to give it like a something like a red color. I'm going to give R. Now this style I want to apply for x-axis. When you are applying the font property to that labels, you have to use a property called font dict, where you have given those styles and all in the F1 variable. So you just give the F1. So now run and check it. X label, you can see these kind of things. You have given that property only, right? Arial, size 20 and red color. So if you want to provide, okay, font family, okay, font family, some other stylings for Y label, instead of providing this way, you can provide directly here only, no problem. Okay, so but this will make a very simple way. Font dict is equal to, here I'm making family. Let's take an Algerian. If it is there, it is going to provide Algerian. Then a size I want to give it here is size 15. And what is the color I want now? I'm going to give the color as a green color. So just run and check it. You will see that stylings on y-axis. This is Algerian only. Green color and 15. And if you want for title also, you can provide the same way. So usually if you are plotting the graphs, it should be like some kind of grid lines on it, right? So you want to provide a grids on it. So then there is a one function called a grid function. Inside the grids, on what axis you want grids? I want only on x-axis. If you're providing only x-axis, only lines will be seen on x-axis. Now you can see the lines, okay, grids. If you want on y-axis, then you provide y-axis, then it is going to be like y-axis grids. If you want on both one, simply provide a both. Simply provide both. You can see the grids, x-axis and y-axis. If you want to provide colors for these grids and all, very simple. Color is equal to what color you want, and what is the width of that lines, and what kind of style you want for this grid. Simply where you have to provide in this grid section only, grid function only. For suppose I want color. So what color you want? I want red color. So if you put C is equal to R, the grids are going to be red color. What is the size of that color? So then you have to provide size means what you have to give? Width. LW, line width. LW is equal to, I'm going to provide 1. So let us give points. It will give point also. It will take, yeah, see here. It is just taking the width, just getting light point symbols, opacity, that kind of things. If you want something like what kind of style grids you want, you want dotted lines, then you simply provide dotted. And you can see the grids are going to be very much thin, dotted. Okay, so like this you can make use of it also. And one more thing that we need to learn here is legend. I said legend means the details about the graph. So whenever you want to provide the legend, there is a one function called legend function. So just to provide plt dot legend function. So whenever you are providing that legend function, you have to make use of the property called label property in the plot function. Okay, if you are not using the label property, then it is not possible to get the legend for us. So I want label means I want details about the first line. I want the details about the second line. So that's why what I'm going to give here is label. Okay, label is equal to whatever you want, you can give. So the first label here is the first plot. I'm going to give it like it is the squares of the x-axis, right? Squares of x variable. So I'm just giving it like a squares. So this is all your Vishma. And this what is this label? What is the graph? This one I plotted cubes of this x. So I'm just writing cubes. Relevant names I'm just giving. So once you have written, you try to run this one. You can see the legend part here. See here. So this blue line, you got it for this plot. That is why you got blue line as squares. And this orange color, you got it for cubes. That's why you got it as cubes, orange line. And by default, it is going to be placed on the left top. If you want to place it in between, in middle of topmost middle, or right top, or bottom right, or bottom left, then you have to change it just by giving the properties inside this legend function. So I want to place it at top right. Then you have to write it like this. Top means you have to write upper right. Then you just run it. So you will get it on upper right. If you want center, it is going to be placed center of the page. Center. Then you just run and check it. So it is going to be placed at the center. So this is how you can make use of these properties in the legend. Not only this, you are having different types of properties in the legend. For example, face color means by default it is taking the white. Okay, you want to provide some color inside it, then you can provide color inside it. And you want to provide color for this border, you can provide it. Okay, so that kind of shadow you want to provide it, you can provide it. And you want to increase the size of the font, you can do that and all just by using the properties. Let's see one by one. For example, I want to give the face color for it. So face color is nothing but inside color. Face color, I want now a pink color. We'll see whether it works or not. So see, it's got pink color. I want a border color, means I can say border color as edge color. What is that color you want? So let us keep this at a default place only. That is a top left only. Here I'm just writing something. That's why it's getting error. Edge color is equal to, let's take a blue color. So now just run and check it. You can see edge as a blue color and face color as pink color. I didn't use any location. That's why your is at a default place. And you want a shadow for that legend box. Then you simply provide a shadow. Shadow is equal to true, so that you can see a shadow below it. It's a light shadow. Can see? Light shadow you can see. Understood, Tilia?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is a few things about this one. So now the next, so we'll see different types of plotting. So at it, when I'm in the line chart only, I'm just explaining all these functions. So for rest of the things also, you have to make use of these properties, what and all I explained. Fund properties and the legend, what is a legend function, X label, Y label. So this and all similar only. You have to make use of this only. Understanding, everyone?
Okay.
Okay.
So the next one that we are going to see here is scatter plot. Scatter plot is nothing but what? So just providing the dots, okay, based on the given values. Okay, so let's give the some values. So let us take two variables. So I'm just giving manually, okay, so that we can understand better. Later I'm going to take data set and I'll just perform some visualization on those data set. Okay, so X is equal to some values I have given, and Y is equal to 10, 20, 30, okay, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So with the help of these two variables, I'm going to plot a scatter plot. So whenever you want to plot the scatter plot, PLT dot, there is a function called scatter function, and you pass on what values you want to provide the graph that you have to give it. And you need to show it using the plt.show function. So how you are getting it is in a straight line. So now what I will do, I'm going to shuffle all those values before scattering those values. Okay, so let whatever, if you shuffle one value also enough. So what I'm just going to use here is random module I'm using. If you are using the random module, you have to import that module, random module. So in that random module, there is a one function we learned already. Shuffle function, whatever the values present in the Y variable, that values I need to shuffle it. Once it shuffles, it is going to update in the same variable. So now run and check it. You will see different types of graphs. See here. You can see this one. This is only one plot. So X and Y, one plot I have did it. So before shuffling, I'm going to plot one more thing also. PLT dot scatter. I'm just providing X comma Y. So before shuffling, you will get one group of points. After shuffling the Y values, you will get some more values. Just run and check it. See, you will get two different categories. This blue or without shuffling one values. After shuffling, Y value will get shuffled based on the shuffled values, X and Y getting one more plot. Now what I need to do?
Yes, ma'am.
You can make it a different categories. Now you can apply what you can apply. You can apply the marker, color, different categories. Everything is in a circle shape. You can provide a different scatter just using the marker is equal to. So by seeing the colors, you can come to know again. You no need to provide. If I'm giving the X, you can see the shapes of the one more category will be like this. Okay, so this is how you can provide the scatter plot. And you can also reduce the opaque transparency. Usually the transparency of those bullets will be like what means 1. You can reduce that also. What is the how to reduce that means by using a property called alpha. So the range will be like 0.0 to 1.0. In between only, 1 is nothing but bright. When it is coming down, the brightness of that plot will be getting reduced. So if I am giving 0.5, the brightness will be less. If I am giving 0.1, you can see this. This is very not seen at all. So 3 like this, like this. Initially, it will be like 1. So sometimes you can increase or decrease the brightness of those plots also just by using the alpha. And also you can increase the size of those plots now. So just by using what I'll just provide it here. S is equal to, if I'm giving 150, you can see the sizes of those plots will be little bigger because 150 I have given. S is nothing but the size. And one more thing, usually when we are plotting from the same category, we are getting the same colors here. Yes or no? If you want to give different colors for each and every plot, then you have to make use of C map. So in that C map, you have to provide a range of values. How many plots you are making? Here I had made 10 plots. So 10 plots should be different 10 colors. So you have to provide 10 colors, and that colors variable should be provided in the C map variable. For suppose what I'm saying here is, so let's remove 5 values to make it simpler. I'll just taking only five values so that I can give 5 plots with 5 different colors. Usually it will take the similar colors in the plot. So I want to give different colors, so that what I will do, color is equal to, in the list you will provide 5 colors. So let us take red color, and the second thing is a green color, and third one is a blue color, and orange. Then I'm giving the pink color. So why I have given specifically 5 means my plots are of 5. Okay, so now this color variable, I want to provide it in the scatter plot. So scatter, whenever you are giving the colors, different colors, you have to use a property parameter called CMap is equal to, in which variable you have stored? Color variable. So now just run and check it. You can see not working. CMap is equal to color. Parameter CMap will be ignored. You just provide a C. Actually, you can use a C. So instead of using the C map, they are just telling to use a C. So let's see here. Every plot you have a different color. What you have given here, that one. Okay. This is how you can provide multiple things. Okay. So when you are giving your own colors, that time you have to use C is equal to color. C. You have to use C. When you have to use a C map, usually we don't know multiple color names. We can give the ranges of the colors between 1 to 100 now. For example, if I'm giving something like this, so 70, 20, 80, or then 10, 50. So I have given 5 values, and these numbers representing the colors. Okay. Now, whenever you are using the numbers instead of names, that time you should use the CMap property, and you have to provide the kind of the color, rainbow color. Now try to run this. Try to run this. You can see the rainbow colors. Did I give any colors names? No. You simply provided the values between the range 1 to 100. Based on this rainbow, you got the color. But you want to see the bar also in the rainbow color. What are the colors you have? Then there is a one function called color bar. What you have to use? PLT dot color bar function, so that it is going to give the color bar for this rainbow beside that graph. See here, this is what the color. So if you have given 70, right? 70 means you just check it in the graph. Here it is 70. So what is the color you have? That color you will get it. And what is the number you have given? 20. 20 you have color this one, so you got that one. Then 80, so this is the color. Then 10, what is the color? 10, this color. So you see 10, that color. So if you don't know the color names, then you can also provide the values, the two in this range only. When you are giving the numbers to provide the colors, that time you have to use the C map. There are different types of color names, like a rainbow. There's one more kind of this one. So we read this. Different types of things are there. So if you type this one also, it will give some different categories. See, this kind of things. This kind of things. Based on this, you will get this one. And there is a one more kind of thing also, that is ascent. Ascent. So now you will get different categories like this. Understood this and all, how to provide the colors for a different plots using the C map and by using the manual color names, that and all.
Mm. Yes, ma'am.
The next chart that we are going to learn here is bar chart. How the bar chart will be? It is used to represent the category of data with rectangular bars with length and height. When you have the data in a categorical format, bar chart, you have to use a function called bar function. Okay, so now see here what I'm going to do. I'm just going to create some categories. X is equal to A. So A, see, I'll just explain. B, then C. So these are all categories. These are all categories. So A category, how many people are there? In the B category, how many people are there? C category, how many people are there? In D category, how many people are there? People strength, I'm going to store it in the Y variable. So let us take in A category, 10 people are there. In B category, 30 people are there. In C category, 20 people are there. In D category, 40 people are there. So whenever you want to represent the categories of data, then we can make use of the bar chart. PLT dot bar function. And what are the, where their categories are present? X comma Y. And you have to show it. PLT dot show function. Just run it. So you can see here bar graphs. So A 10, B is how much? 30, C is 20, D is 40. So when you have a category, see here A, B, C, D. Usually it is going to be plotted vertically. If you want to plot it horizontally, then simply use a bar H. The bar is going to be in horizontal way. Okay, you want to provide the colors for this, then you simply make use of the property color is equal to a red color. That's it. So you are going to get all the colors in red. No, ma'am, I want each bar in different color. Then we already learned. Simply you provide the color property. Color is equal to, you give different colors. Blue, then red, then what color you want, like that only. So we have learned. So again, I will not, the last I will repeat, will not repeat next time. So you have to note it down. So orange. Then instead of C, instead of color, C is equal to that variable name you will give it. So every bar will be in such colors. It didn't come. Bar, see, height, width, bottom. Okay. Color of list. Okay, color or list of colors means you have to use only color property. Bar X comma Y. Color is equal to color only. Okay, now run and check it. So you can see the different colors. So if it is horizontal also, you can make it color property only. Okay, ma. So this and all by practice you will get it. Till here understood?
Yes, ma'am.
And also you can increase and decrease the width of these things. So whenever you are using the horizontal bar graph, that time you can use height of this is height, right? You can increase the thickness, height of this bar by using the property called height is equal to, you can decrease or increase. So if I'm giving 0.8, so this, you just check this height of these bars. So it is getting little increases. So if I'm giving 0.5, so it is little decreasing. If I'm giving a 0.2, so you can see there is a decrease in the bars. So when it is in bar H in horizontal way. So why? Because it's a height. If it is bar, it is like this. That means you have to see it like x-axis. Then we can consider it like a width. So you have to consider like that. First, I'll just show it color. So now run and check it. So this is what, right? This is the bar size. Means this will consider it like a width. So you can also increase and decrease the width of that bars using the property width. If I am giving 0.2, you can see the sizes of those bars like this. Pie chart. So pie chart and what it will be like a circle shape and the categories percentage or divide occupy the pie chart. So let us take a simple example. Student is equal to performance some values மூலமா கொடுக்க போறேன். 15 members are excellent and சொல்றோம். 25 people are good and சொல்றேன். Okay, 12 people are average students and சொல்றேன். In the class, okay, 8 people are okay poor and சொல்றேன். In ஒரு classல நான் 15 people excellent, 25 people good, 12 people are average and 8 people are poor. நான் இந்த வேல்யூஸ் நான் ஒரு பை சார்ட்ல நான் ரெப்ரசன்டேஷன் பண்ணணும். அப்ப எப்படி பண்ணலாம்னா நம்ம கிட்ட இருக்கிற ஒன் ஆஃப் த ஃபங்க்ஷன் இஸ் பை. அதுல நீங்க ஸ்டூடெண்ட் வேரியபிள் பாஸ் பண்ணிட்டு நீங்க அந்த ஷோ பண்ணீங்கன்னா அந்த கிராஃப் you can see here plt dot show function run பண்ணி பாத்தீங்கன்னா it is going to represent the pie chart, but you didn't get any labels on this. உங்களுக்கு அந்த labels தேவைப்படும்ன்றப்ப you have to provide a parameter inside this pie function is a labels function. So நம்மளுக்கு இதோட percentage இவங்கள்தான் நமக்கு தெரியணும் இல்லையா. So first நீங்க student performance கொடுத்துருங்க. இந்த labels நீங்க இந்த percentage means இப்ப நாங்க வந்து நான் நீங்க சொல்லிட்டேன் percentage and சொல்லிட்டேன், but I have to tell. So நம்ம இங்க வந்து categories wise bar chart கூட யூஸ் பண்ணலாம். நீங்க என்ன பண்ணனா performance is equal to இந்த 15 people வந்துட்டு excellent ன்னு சொல்லிருக்கேன், அதே அந்த 25 people வந்துட்டு good ன்னு சொல்லிருக்கேன், அந்த 12 வந்துட்டு average ன்னு சொல்லிருக்கேன், later அந்த 8 people வந்துட்டு poor people ன்னு சொல்லிருக்கேன். So இப்ப இந்த labels இந்த ஷேடிங்ஸ்ல எனக்கு வரணும் based on this values. So labels is equal to performance ன்னு கொடுத்துறேன். இப்ப ரன் பண்ணி பாத்தீங்கன்னா அந்த லேபிள்ஸ் நமக்கு இங்க வந்துரும் பாருங்க. எக்ஸலென்ட், poor, average and good. உங்களுக்கு அதுல நம்பர்ஸ் கூட வரணும். What you have to use there? auto pct ன்னு கொடுக்கணுமா? see here auto pct param கொடுக்குறீங்க. சோ அதுல நீங்க வேல்யூ கொடுக்கணும். ஓகே, சோ நீங்க வந்துட்டு 2 decimals கொடுக்கணுமா? மீன்ஸ் இப்ப நம்ம கிட்ட இருக்குது usually it will be representing in the float format only. ஓகே, சோ நானும் 2 decimals தான் பிரிண்ட் பண்ணணும்ன்ற மாதிரி இங்க கொடுத்துறேன் வேல்யூ. சோ percentage 2 டாட், எனக்கு டாட்டுக்கு லெஃப்ட் சைடுல 2 டிஜிட்ஸ் தான் இருக்கணும், டாட்டுக்கு அப்புறமா ஒரே ஒரு நம்பர் தான் இருக்கணும்ன்ற மாதிரி சொல்லிட்டு இருக்கேன். So percentage symbol I have to give it. Mustard should be represented in this way only. Now you can see here 25% of the people are excellent, means if இது complete 100% and எடுத்துட்டீங்கன்னா so அந்த 100% க்கு ரிலேட்டடா இந்த values divide ஆயிருக்கும். 25% ன்றப்போ நமக்கு இங்க என்ன வரும் பாருங்க, 41.7% good. இங்க parallel பாத்துக்கணும் ஒரே rangesல. 15% வந்து 15 students னா 25% of people are excellent. 25 people good ன்னப்போ so இந்த கேட்டகரியில அதான் more good, அதுதான். நெக்ஸ்ட் average, so 12 people, so average வந்து 20%. so அந்த விதமா இங்க நான் இங்க பாருங்க டிஜிட்டுக்கு டாட்டுக்கு முன்னாடி 2 digits வேணும்னு சொல்லிருக்கிறதால நம்மளுக்கு வந்திருக்கு. டாட்டுக்கு அப்புறமா ஒரே டிஜிட் வேணுங்க இந்த 1 ன்னு கொடுத்திருக்கேன். f is nothing but fraction கொடுக்கணும். ஓகே, இப்போ ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் நான் இங்க 3 ன்னு கொடுத்துட்டேன், அந்த டாட்டுக்கு அப்புறமா you will get 3 values 3 அந்த மாதிரி 100% டிவைட் பண்ணிக்கிட்டு நம்ம கொடுத்திருக்கிற வேல்யூஸ் ஸ்ப்ளிட் பண்ணிட்டு நம்மளுக்கு கொடுத்துரும். இப்போ நீங்க லெஜெண்ட் கூட கொடுக்கணும், மீன்ஸ் லெஜெண்ட் மீன்ஸ் இதோட டீடைல்ஸ் உங்களுக்கு பார்க்கணுமா? நமக்கு ஆல்ரெடி தெரிஞ்ச விஷயம் தான். plt டாட் legend ஃபங்க்ஷன் கொடுத்துட்டீங்கன்னா நம்ம ஆல்ரெடி லேபிள் பாஸ் பண்ணிருக்கிறதுனால you will get that this one. see here இங்க வந்திருக்கு பாருங்க, ப்ளூ கலர் எக்ஸலென்ட், இது எல்லாமே நம்மளுக்கு வந்துரும். ஆல்ரெடி இங்க வந்திருக்கு, பட் although you will get it here itself. so இப்போ நான் பிளேஸ் வந்துட்டு location is equal to left ன்னு சொல்லுங்க, it is coming on it only. ஒரு வாட்டி font size டிக்ரீஸ் பண்ணி பார்க்கலாமா? அப்போ ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா அது shrink ஆகும் இல்லையா? font size is equal to, let us take 10. we'll see. இப்போ டிக்ரீஸ் ஆயிருக்கு. அதாவது font size டிக்ரீஸ் பண்ணும்போது ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா இது shrink ஆகும். so by like that you have to make use of it. அவ்வளவுதான், அது மாதிரி யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. அது டிக்ரீஸ் பண்ணிக்கிறீங்கன்னா so you will get it. upper left இப்போ பண்ணீங்கன்னா you will see that is இந்த மாதிரி. ஓகேவாமா? font size கொடுத்துட்டு கொஞ்சம் ரெடியூஸ் பண்ணி பாத்தீங்கன்னா அப்ப இது ஓவர்லாப் ஆகும். This is all about pie chart. Last graph என்னதுன்னா நம்மளோட இதுல histogram graph. So இந்த histogram எதுக்காக யூஸ் பண்றோம்னா when you have a accurate representation or distribution of numerical data, we can make use of histograms. ஓகேவா? So for example நான் மார்க்ஸ் என்கிட்ட மார்க்ஸ் இருக்கு, அடுத்தது கிரேடோட இன்டர்வல்ஸ் இருக்கு. Then I'm going to plot the histogram graph. So let's take marks is equal to 90, 50, 45, something different or 100 range la irukra some values kuduthukkonga. So 40, 55, 60, then 30, 41, then 33, 11, 81. So இது வந்துட்டு என்னோட மார்க்ஸ், ஒரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் மார்க்ஸ். ஸோ நான் இங்க என்ன பண்ண போறேன்னா இந்த கிரேட் இன்டர்வல்ல இத்தனை பீப்புள் வந்திருக்கான். மீன்ஸ் வாட் ஐ கேன் டூ ஹியர் இஸ் grade intervals. Like 0 to 35 வந்துட்டு நான் என்னன்னு சொல்றேன், ஃபெயில் ஆயிருக்காங்கன்னுட்டு. தென் ஒரு 35 to 70 வந்துட்டு ஒரு ஆவரேஜ் பீப்புள்னு சொல்றேன். 70 to 100 ரேஞ்ச் வந்துட்டு ஓகே நார்மல் பீப்புள், குட் பீப்புள்ன்ற மாதிரி நான் கிரேட் இன்டர்வல்ஸ் கொடுத்துறேன். ஸோ ஜஸ்ட் லைக் திஸ், கிரேட் இன்டர்வல்ஸ் இஸ் ஈக்குவல் டு நான் ஒரு 4 கேட்டகரிஸா கொடுத்துக்கிறேன். 0, 35, தென் 70, தென் 100. ஸோ நம்ம வந்துட்டு கிராஃப்ஸ் வந்துட்டு இந்த ரேஞ்சில் இருக்கிற வேல்யூஸ் இங்கிருந்து பிளாட் ஆகும், இந்த ரேஞ்சில் இருக்கிற வேல்யூஸ் இதுல இருக்கிறது பிளாட் ஆகும், இந்த ரேஞ்சில் இருக்கிற வேல்யூஸ் நம்மளுக்கு பிளாட் ஆகும். ஓகேவா? ஸோ நம்மளுக்கு ஜஸ்ட் இப்போ என்ன பண்ண போறேன், நம்ம கிட்ட இருக்கிற 2 வேரியபிள்ஸ் பிளேஸ் பண்ணிக்கிட்டு நான் ஹிஸ்டோகிராம் பிளாட் பண்ண போறேன். plt டாட் ஹிஸ்ட் ஃபங்க்ஷன், அதுல மார்க்ஸ், அடுத்தது கிரேட் இன்டர்வல்ஸ் கொடுத்துட்டேன். So then you have to show that plot. So plt.show function. So உங்களோட கிராஃப் பாருங்க, இங்க நமக்கு 0, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 இருக்கு. மீன்ஸ் இட் இஸ் நம்ம கொடுத்திருக்கிற ரேஞ்சில் கிடையாது, நம்ம கொடுத்திருக்கிற இன்டர்வல்ஸ் இதுவே தான். நம்மளுக்கு நம்ம கொடுத்திருக்கிற இன்டர்வல்ஸே வரணுமா, அப்போ you have to create one of the function நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கணும். என்ன அது, xtix பண்ணிக்கணும். அதுல நீங்க என்ன வேல்யூஸ் வேணும்னு நினைச்சிட்டு இருக்கீங்க அந்த ரேஞ்ச் ஆஃப் வேல்யூஸ் கொடுத்துருங்க. அந்த ரேஞ்ச் ஆஃப் வேல்யூஸ் இதுவே தான். அப்ப நமக்கு ஈஸியா அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் ஆகும். சோ இப்ப ரன் பண்ணி பாத்தீங்கன்னா நம்மளுக்கு அந்த ரேஞ்ச் வேல்யூஸ் வந்திருக்கும் 0, 35, 70, 100. 0 to 35 இருக்கிற வேல்யூஸ் என்ன எத்தனை இருக்கு பாருங்க. சோ 0 to 35 இருக்கிறது என்னது, 1, 2, 3 வேல்யூஸ் தான். தென் இந்த 35 to 70 இருக்கிறது மோஸ்ட் ஆஃப் த பீப்புள். ஜஸ்ட் செக் பண்ணி பாருங்க. சோ பாருங்க இங்க வந்துட்டு 3 தான் இருந்துச்சு. சோ 1, 1, 2, 3. தென் நடுவுல பாருங்க எவ்வளவு இருந்துச்சு, 35 இருந்து 35 ஆஃப்டர். சோ எத்தனை இருந்துச்சு, 1, இது எல்லாமே 70 உள்ள. சோ 50, 40, 55, 60, 41. சோ அதுக்காக the range is more. Then 70 to 100 என்ன இருக்கு, only 2 values இருக்கு, 90 and 81. So this is little less. இல்ல மேம் இது நமக்கு ரொம்ப டிஃபிகல்ட்டா இருக்கு, அந்த ஷேடிங் எனக்கு புரியல, அப்ப நம்ம என்ன பண்ணலாம்னா you have to provide bars மாதிரி கொடுங்கன்ற மாதிரி கூட யூஸ் பண்ணலாம். there is one property called hist type is equal to, அது எந்த மாதிரி வேணும் உங்களுக்கு, bar formatல வேணும். so bar and கொடுத்துருங்க. so that you can see here it's not coming, bar வரலனப்ப நம்ம இங்க என்ன பண்ணலாம்னா you just provide the width provide பண்ணுங்க. so ஒரு பார் இவரா width இருக்கணும்னுட்டு நம்ம எப்ப நம்ம hist யூஸ் பண்றோமோ you have to use r width. I'm going to provide a 0.7 or 0.8. அப்ப நமக்கு ஸ்ப்ளிட் ஆயிட்டு வந்துரும் பாருங்க. 0 to 35 நடுவுல 3 people இருக்காங்க. 35 to 70 ரேஞ்சில 5 people இருக்காங்க. 70 to 100 ரேஞ்சில எத்தனை people இருக்காங்க, 2 people இருக்காங்கன்னுட்டு ஈஸியா டிஸ்ட்ரிபியூட் ஆயிட்டு நம்மளுக்கு கொண்டு வந்திருக்கு. சோ அது எப்படி ஹிஸ்டோகிராம்னா அக்யூரேட் ரெப்ரசன்டேஷன் கொடுக்குறோம். ஓகேவா? சோ நம்மளுக்கு யூசுவலி கம்ப்ளீட்டா ஒரே ஷேட் ஆயிடும். அந்த ஷேட் வரக்கூடாது, பார்ல வரணும்னப்போ இந்த பார் கிராஃப் அந்த ஹிஸ்ட் டைப் இஸ் ஈக்குவல் டு பார் and கொடுத்துட்டு அது செப்பரேட் ஆகணும்ன்றதுக்கு width கொடுக்கணும். ஓகே, you have to provide r width, you should not provide only width. Understand acha?
Yes ma'am.
So this is what a histograph ma'am. So by this we finished a Matplotlib also. Hope you thoroughly understanding the concepts. If you are having any doubts, comment below. Still who are not subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for more notifications. Keep supporting. We'll meet you in the next video. Have a nice day. Thank you. Bye-bye.